Welcome back to the show, everyone.
Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, everyone. So if you're an aspiring doctor in India, you've qualified for NEET, but now you're kind of hitting a wall, then this one's for you. We're going to take a deep dive into why studying MBBS in Nepal might just be the perfect solution you've been looking for. Let's get right into it.
So picture this. You've put in all the hard work, you studied like crazy, and you've qualified for NEET, which is a huge deal, by the way. But now you're staring at this tough reality. The fees for private medical colleges in India are just staggering, and getting a government seat feels like it's just out of reach. It's a really common and honestly an incredibly frustrating place to be. And trust me, you are not alone in this. I mean, the numbers here are pretty stark. Every single year, more than 10 lakh students qualify for NEET, but they're all competing for just over 1 lakh available MBBS seats in India. That is a massive gap, and it leaves hundreds of thousands of really talented students just like you searching for another option. And that really brings us to the core problem we're talking about today. How do you find an alternative that doesn't force you to compromise on quality, is actually affordable, and, feels culturally familiar? Where can you go to get a great medical education that feels just like home, but is actually within your budget? Okay, so let's dive right into the solution. For a lot of students, the answer is Nepal. And we're not just talking about a backup plan here. It's more and more being seen as a top-tier choice. And the reason for that? It's the incredible similarities between the Indian and Nepali medical education systems. Honestly, in so many ways, they're practically identical.
And when you look at it side by side, you can see just how deep these similarities go. We're talking about a syllabus that's almost a mirror image of India's National Medical Commission, or NMC, curriculum. The teaching methods are the same, classes are in English, and since Hindi is also widely understood, there's basically no language barrier. It's really designed to be a seamless transition. But here's the big one. This is probably the most important question for any student who's even thinking about studying abroad. Will my degree actually be valid when I come back to India? This is absolutely non-negotiable, especially now with the government's strict new rules. And that brings us to this thing called the NMC Gazette of 2021. Now, let's be really clear. This isn't just some friendly guideline. It's the law. It lays out these super strict, mandatory rules that any foreign medical degree has to meet to be recognized in India. If a program doesn't tick every single one of these boxes, that degree is just not valid, period.
All right, so let's put Nepal to the test. Let's see how it stacks up against these rules. First up, the big one. The MBBS course itself, not including the internship, has to be a minimum of 54 months long. So does Nepal meet this?
Yes, it does. Perfectly. Just like it is in India, the main MBBS course in Nepal is 4.5 years long. And yep, that's 54 months right on the dot. So check number 1, passed with flying colors. Okay, on to the next rule on the checklist. The Gazette says there has to be a mandatory 1-year internship. And, this is the key part, it has to be completed in the very same country where you got your medical degree. So how does Nepal do here? And again, it's another clear yes. Every single medical college in Nepal facilitates this required 1-year internship right there on site. This ensures they are fully compliant with the rule. So that's 2 for 2. All right, now for the real hurdle. This is the one that actually disqualifies a lot of other popular countries for Indian students. Does Nepal give you the exact same practicing license that it gives to its own local doctors after they graduate?
And the answer is a huge, resounding yes. Nepal provides a valid local practicing license. And honestly, this is the kicker. Nepal meets all 3 of these tough NMC regulations, which makes it one of the absolute safest and most reliable choices for an Indian student today.
Okay, so we've established why Nepal is such a great option. Now let's get down to the practical stuff and talk about how you actually choose the right college for you. First, you gotta understand the landscape. There are basically 3 main systems. You've got colleges connected to Tribhuvan University, which is the country's oldest and often the most affordable choice. Then there's Kathmandu University, which is known for its really high quality, but the fees are a little bit higher. And finally, you have autonomous colleges, and these include some of the top government-run institutions. To make this choice a little simpler, just think about it in 3 steps. First, figure out your priority. Are you aiming for a government college, or is a private one better for you? Second, think about location. What part of Nepal is easiest for you to travel to and from home? And third, of course, you've got to line those choices up with your overall budget. So how do you actually get in? Well, there are 2 main paths. The simplest is direct admission using your NEET score. This is a really low-risk, straightforward option that gets you into the private colleges.
The other way is to take Nepal's own entrance exam, the MEC. A great score here can get you into a top government college, but there's a catch. If you don't pass, you could lose your chance at both government and private seats for that year. It's a classic risk versus reward situation. Okay, so let's step outside the classroom and the admissions office for a minute. What's it actually like to live in Nepal as an Indian student? Let's talk about the day-to-day experience, from how much things cost to the cultural vibe. First things first, let's talk budget. For the entire 5.5-year MBBS program, you should probably budget somewhere between 55 to 65 lakh rupees. And get this, that's an all-inclusive number. It covers your tuition, your hostel, and even your Indian food for the entire course, the whole shebang. You know, student life there has some really unique perks. The country is known for being super safe and politically stable. For Indian students, travel is unbelievably easy. You don't even need a visa or a passport to go back and forth. And this is super important because the disease patterns are so similar to India's, the clinical exposure you get is incredibly relevant for your future career back home. And the cultural comfort level, that's also a huge plus. You'll find Indian food, both veg and non-veg, right in the hostels. The general cost of living is almost identical to being in India. And major Hindu festivals like Navratri are celebrated with all the same energy and excitement you're used to, often with long holidays so you can really enjoy them. But hey, don't just take my word for it. As one of our sources put it perfectly, in true sense, you will find a Hindu vibrant culture over there. This just really highlights that deep cultural connection that makes students feel completely at home. Okay, now listen up because this is a really crucial piece of financial advice. You have to know this. The fees in Nepal are not fixed. As the seats start to fill up, especially in the private colleges, the prices actually go up. What this means is that making your decision early, like right after your NEET results come out, can literally save you anywhere from 5 to 10 lakh rupees on your total budget. Timing really is everything here. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. The opportunity is crystal clear. A high-quality, fully recognized medical degree in a place that feels like a home away from home. But the window to get in at the best price is closing. With seats filling up and the fees on the rise, the real question you have to ask yourself now is it time to make your move?
Want to know the secret to getting into a top MBBS university abroad without breaking the bank? Just type MBBS abroad or study abroad and send us a WhatsApp message right now. Get a free consultation call with our study abroad experts and discover lowest fee universities, NMC-approved colleges, complete admission process free. Don't let confusion hold you back. Message MBBS abroad today and start your medical journey. Link in description. Hurry, limited slots available.